All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in to another video. First and foremost, I want to start off by asking how many of you actually trade supply and demand, okay? I want to know, leave a comment down below. I know we all trade different strategies and some of us may actually trade supply and demand but may have put their own twist to it. So, if you're a supply and demand trader and you actually follow this channel, you are sub to this channel, please leave me a link down below. I'd like to know what time frame charts you use or what style charts you use. Do you trade with the range charts? Do you trade with tick base or volume base? Do you actually trade with some other means of chart? I trade range, okay? So, and with that, what are you using? Meaning, if you trade range, do you use, like I do, the 60R, the 24R, the 12R, the 4R? Or if you trade time base, are you using a 60-minute chart, which is an hour chart, or a 30-minute, a 15, and a 5? What do you actually use as far as your charts, okay? The chart styles and the time frames, if you want to say it like that, okay? But today I want to show you a way of how you can make a full-time income just like I do, all right? If you're a first-time viewer here to this channel, this may be very interesting to you, so I would highly recommend you not clicking off the video because I can attest, as well as other members who are part of our community. When I say community, I mean not only here on the platform on YouTube, but also over on our Discord. You will find that there are individuals that are successful or profitable traders, and they simply followed this channel. They subbed to it at some point in the past, whether it was a month ago, 6 months ago, or over a year ago. And we have traders that are successful and profitable to this day. Now, if you don't believe me, come over to the Discord. Invite yourself in. It's free. Find the link to the Discord down in the description portion of this video. I'm not here to try to toot my own horn or anything. I just started this channel, some time ago. All right, I think it's been over a year, maybe 2 years now. But just simply because I want to share what I know, the knowledge I know about trading and how I trade on a daily, and how I'm able to profit from the markets. So I shared this. I made it public. I share my experience, and there are individuals who are profitable because they spent the time, put the homework in, put the research in. They spent the time watching the videos and allowing things to piece themselves together. There were traders that had DM me or sent me messages a year ago or even 6 months ago, and now they get it. They have contacted me, and I've said this many, many months ago. When it clicks, it's going to click. Okay, stop rushing or forcing. Forcing the hand and thinking that you're going to learn this overnight. It doesn't happen this way, okay? I don't know. Maybe you're a robot, and maybe it does. Maybe it just, maybe you're able to just, day one pick it up and tomorrow start trading and making money. I call that the luck of the draw. But, everybody is different and everybody's learning curve is different, okay? But please leave me a comment down below. I'd like to know who is a supply and demand style trader, okay? Because to me, that's where it's at. I'm very passionate about it. It does take patience when trading. And as well, I would like to know what type of charts you guys use, all right? So, again, I use range-based charts, okay? It's just cleaner to the eye. People ask me all the time, why do you use range-based charts over time-based? Well, I'm telling you right now, I use them because it's just cleaner to the eye. Make trading simple. Please do yourself that favor. If you are overcomplicating your trading, then you are doing something wrong because that is probably the reason why you are losing. Okay? Now, let's talk about today. I took a few entries, but I want to talk about 2 great trade opportunities that I took. And this will bring in into the fold about supply and demand as well. If you are someone that's new, again, this will help you understand the means or style of how I actually trade, and maybe you'll take interest in it. But before you do or continue watching this video, if you are new to the channel, please take your time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Make sure the most important part is to click on the bell, okay? To turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. Please do yourself that favor, okay? In time, if you're someone that has experience already trading and you know about supply and demand, maybe these videos will give you the edge you need to really start to become a profitable trader. Maybe you're at the brinks of, you were once here, somewhere down here, now you're here, and then you want to get up here. Trust me, watch the videos, okay? All right, spend some time. People are always asking the same freaking questions over and over. Trust me, the questions you have are in the videos. I guess I said videos with a T. The videos, guys, okay? Just being funny, facetious. Look, watch the videos, the information, and every question you possibly could want to have or do have are found within the videos. Yes, it is a lot of videos, okay? But please take the time to watch the videos, all right? Now, if you want to become an elite member, all right, and get that video playlist, okay, that I put together, it's only part of the elite membership, okay? There's tiers within YouTube. If you click on the join link or button here on the video or on any video, you will see there's 2 tiers. One that you can sign up for is called the elite membership or elite member tier. Click on that. It's $6.99 a month. What you get are my trade breakdowns where I go into detail about the trades that I took. So it's a learning tool, or it helps you understand my process of trading, okay? As well as you get the video playlist where I hand select the videos that I think are important videos that will give you some edge, okay? But let's go ahead and talk. I want to talk to you about the trades I took today because I wanted to cover both the elite membership and how you can, join and become a member if you're interested in doing so, as well as the Discord, because people are always asking, how can I become an elite member? How do I join the Discord? The Discord is down in the description portion of the video, as well as there is a link to become an elite member in that description. One is right above the other, okay? All right, so let's jump into the video now today, what I'm talking about, supply and demand. Now, what I do, I always like to use multiple means of confluence. Trust me when I say this. The more confluence you have on your side, the better or more high probability your trade is going to be. All right? There's what's classified as low probability setups and high probability setups. Understand that. Believe it. Okay? Let it absorb. Okay? Now, what high probability setups come from where you have multiple means of confluence. All right? So meaning that you may have, off your higher time frame. I'm going to scale down to scale up to my 60 range chart, which is my higher time frame, because I want to show you 2 supply setups, okay? And basically what I did was I used my higher time frame, my 60 range chart, and start scaling down and looking for supply zones, okay, on the lower time frame chart. So the more charts that I have that are in a line, when I'm looking for my setup, which will unfold on my entry chart, then I'm in the direction of a high probability setup or trade to unfold. So take a look here. All right, first and foremost, I want to show you what we had going on. We have price making lower lows and lower highs up until yesterday's trading session, okay? Yesterday we started breaking some structure or breaking back into this swing to the downside right here. So we started breaking structure back to the upside, making higher highs and higher lows, okay? And as we were breaking structure to the upside, we ultimately ended up making a high out here around, I think, 86 and a quarter, okay? Before the market, after it opened up yesterday evening, started shifting and moving back to the downside, okay? So then it started moving to the downside, and we started breaking some areas of structure, breaking through those areas, and started making lower lows and lower highs. Now, when I see this type of activity, and I start to see for one, we've made a high, and then price turns, we know the market can reverse at any given point, but the key is what to do and what to look for, okay? For me, I want to see what price is moving lower and starts to make lower lows and lower highs and starts to break areas of structure. That is an identifying key point for me to say the market is probably shifting and starting to move the opposite direction. Now, as it was doing so, okay, again, this is off my 60 range chart. It started swinging to the downside. It took out an area right here below 503, 15,503. Breaks lower, okay? And as it broke below this area here, it broke structure. So when I saw this pullback to this key area right here, all right? Now, this right here was a supply zone off the higher time frame, okay? Now, once I have identified that, I'm not taking a trade right off my 60 range chart, okay? Because there's going to be just too much movement, too much pushing and pulling to where you can get 15, 10 point, swings. You don't want that. You want to be able to scale down even to a lower time frame chart to give you more of a precise entry point. Okay, so the market ran lower, right? Hey, look at this, aggressive selling. And that's what we look for when we're looking for, say, for instance, in this example, a supply zone. Supply means aggressive selling after a break of structure, okay? Aggressive break of a structure area right here, and then aggressive selling to the downside. Price pulls back to the supply zone after we made all this aggressive selling, so it retraces. Now we've tapped into a 60R supply zone. Let's move down now to my 24 range chart. Now some of you may use different, I would say time frames if you want to call it that. Charts, okay, as you're scaling down. Some of you guys may use a 30 range chart. Some of you may use a 40 range chart. It's up to you and your preference, okay, what works for you, all right? That's, you got to find that little corner, that little spot that works perfect for you. Now, this is on the 24 range chart. Price has, and maybe I won't have time to run or give a breakdown of everything, guys, even the next trade, because I don't want to make this video so long, but it's the same exact type setup. We're just looking for price to pull back to a key area of supply because the market was moving lower, making lower lows on lower highs, key area of supply, and then using our multiple time frame, our multiple chart confluence to be able to scale down and get into a great setup. Now, I've moved down to my 24 range chart. Now that I've scaled down to my 24 range chart, I need to tighten up on that area. I need to tighten up and redefine the zone, okay? So I've retraced back to the 60R supply zone, okay? And that's what that red box here, that is the 60 range supply zone, but we're on a 24 range chart now. Now, I'm looking at seeing what price can pull back to. This area right here, I'm going to mark it off with this rectangle. This area right here is a great area that I'm interested in. Why? Because we're above a high volume area. I always talk about selling at a premium and buying when price is at a discounted area. Sell when prices are higher, buy when they're lower, okay? Price retraces back above the high volume area here. And we are at a supply area here, that blue box there. The only thing I really didn't like was the fact we didn't have a slight imbalance here back at the supply on the 24 range. But on the higher time frame, 60 range, we do. We have a imbalance right here, okay, between this candle here, the bottom of this candle here, and the closure of this candle here. So there's a gap right there. There's an imbalance area there in which price needs to fill in this area here on the back at the higher time frame. So scaling down to the lower time frame, scaling down to my 24 range chart, because we're going to scale down again. But anyways, in this area right here, so price pulls back. We are at a supply area here on the 24 range chart. Now I'm going to scale down to my lower time frame, my 12 range chart, okay, in this area. Okay, so here, that red box, now we move down to my 12 range chart. This is my entry chart. That red box there is that 60 range higher time frame supply zone that I showed you on the 60 range chart, okay? Now, this is the 12 range, okay? It does look a little bit more choppy because the more you scale down into lower time frame charts, the choppier that price is going to look, okay, as the market is moving. So we're tracing back, okay? This was the area here between 508 and 510. That's that 20. That would be the area where the 24 range supply zone is located at as well. But now we need to identify a supply zone that's going to allow us, or look for a setup that's going to allow us to get into the trade, right? So what I'm looking for now that we've tapped into a higher time frame, practically two higher time frame supply zones, okay? I'm looking for pretty much a breaker structure on the entry chart. So I can look for a breaker structure to the downside, okay? So price taps into both higher time frames, the 60R and 24R range supply zones, okay? So I'm looking for a breaker structure below. Price comes up here, on the retracement, breaks lower, okay? So once it breaks lower and starts breaking below structure, I'm going to go ahead, I need to mark off a key area of what? Of supply on now the 12 range chart, okay? So I'm going to do that, all right? So I pull my rectangle, just kind of mark off the area. We moved lower, we broke structure, okay? And price, this right here is aggressive selling on the 12 range chart. It set itself up. It made that high on the retracement pull back to the 60R and the 24R. Push down, low, lower high, breaks lower, breaking through area structure, and now it is waiting for a pullback, okay, to an area. I'm going to mark it with this right here. This is a supply zone right here. Look what happens. Price retraces back to that area. At this point here, all I'm looking for is a break of a candle in the opposite direction. And then what I want to do is, once I get a break of a candle in the opposite direction, Okay. Price pulls back to the area. Broke lower. Right here. Breaks lower right here at 15,500. I'm getting into the trade to go short. Now, the question is, where am I aiming for? That's where I go back to the higher time frame, the 60 range chart. Look, when price made this aggressive sell to the downside and then it retraces back, my aim is to aim for the lows down here, okay? To see price to start to do what? Take out some areas of liquidity to the downside. So if we look back at the higher time frame, there are areas of liquidity rest right here, equal lows right here, okay? So this will be the area right here where price pull back on the 12 range chart. So we're going to go back over to the 12 range now. Right here, okay, where that blue box is. This is a pullback to a key area of supply on the 12 range chart. Once we get the breakup candle right here below 15,500, that's where I'm going to enter my trade at, and I'm aiming for areas of liquidity that formed or developed off the higher time frame. So I'm looking for a really break below this area here at 463. Okay, I didn't hold the trade all the way through that, but I think I got in my trade and got out somewhere. I think it was right here below this area here at 68. I believe it was. I believe it was. I'm not 100% sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a look here at the Discord. Okay, so here's the post that I posted on the Discord community trade I took. Actually, I got out at 78. Okay, but I should have held it through and allowed price to come on down here to around the 64, 63 area and taking out these rest of these lows right here. But that's okay. I scalped it. Okay, so again, I look for that setup. You know, using multiple time frame confluence. Scaling all the way down to my entry chart, looking for a break of structure, pullback supply area on the lower time frame, and then I'm looking to go short. Okay, this chart right here I'm showing you was on the 60 range chart. Okay, just to show you that there were areas of equal lows that price was aiming for once you get that full on setup. Okay, so I picked up I think 11 points here, 11 and a quarter points there on that trade right there. So this is the post that I took an image of and posted it over on the Discord community. So yeah, I mean, that's why I say join the Discord if you're interested, because we have, you know, a community filled with of traders that trade the index or indice markets, future markets, and we come together. You know, when the session is actually open, we post entries or post our screenshots of our trades, and then, you know, if you have questions, you know, about a trade or whatever the case is, you're not quite understanding why somebody took a trade or a community member, or why a member took a trade, then ask. Okay, someone will answer that question. All right, but I'm showing you the rundown, a breakdown of what led me up to taking that short entry. Okay, all right, so it is possible, guys. It's definitely possible. And then I'll show you here right quick. Here's another trade right here. Okay, so the market after I, you know, scalped and made 11 points on that trade there. Again, this is on the NASDAQ. Okay, most times I love trading the E-mini S&P 500, which is, you know, the ES futures. I love trading that market, but I've been loving the volatility lately in the NQ. So I've taken, you know, some NQ trades. Okay, but anyways, this right here was another pullback to a key area supply off of the higher time frame, the 60 range chart. Did the same thing, scaled down. I looked for a setup on the 12 range chart, break a structure, pull back, and then boom, look what price did. It shot lower. And I'll show you that trade entry as well, because I posted it on the Discord. Let me grab it off where it's at on the Discord. I think this is it right here. Yeah. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, here we go again. All right, pull back, that key area supply, and then what I was aiming for was, you know, was areas of price below. So I got in with 4 contracts on this trade right here, and I profited very nicely on that trade there. So again, I posted I posted that trade there on the Discord community as well. So if you got in on that trade, then you did very well. Okay, but I just want to show you guys that it is very possible if you simply you know, have a great strategy that works for you day in, day out. You know, perfect it. Test it before you just jump into trading live. But again, I want to hear from those that actually trade supply and demand. You know, the question that I asked at the beginning of the video, you know, leave a comment down below in this video. As far as, you know, do you trade supply and demand? You know, what charts do you actually use to trade supply and demand with? And, you know, if you use a different type of strategy, you know, what's your strategy? You know, if you don't want to leave your strategy, that's fine. You know, I mean, nobody's going to really possibly maybe understand or maybe know. But that's the purpose of this channel here, is to really share information with, you know, one trader to the next trader. I share with how I trade, and there are people who actually have taken and mirrored what I trade, and kind of maybe they add their own flavor, a little twist to it, and they're doing it successfully, or doing very well and profitable. Okay, again, if you don't believe me, come over to the Discord and ask away. But either way, that's all I have for you guys and to share with you today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll see everyone in the next video. I am done for today trading, so I'll see you in tomorrow's session. Take care. And by the way, I forgot the most important thing. Please, if you like the content in the videos, not just this video, but in all videos, but please take the time to go ahead and drop me a like on this video here. I appreciate it. Thank you.